Have you ever noticed that the things you chase the hardest seem to run away from you? You might spend years searching for love, happiness, money, or even peace of mind, yet it feels like the more effort you put into looking, the farther those things slip from your grasp. This is not a coincidence. Life has a strange way of giving us what we need when we stop desperately hunting for it. Why? Because when you are searching in desperation, you are radiating the energy of lack, of not having enough. The universe, which always mirrors your vibration, simply reflects that energy back to you, giving you more situations where you continue to not have what you want. The irony is that the moment you pause, breathe, and release that desperate search, life begins to unfold in ways you never imagined. The doors you thought were locked suddenly open, opportunities appear as if out of nowhere, and the things you need seem to come running toward you instead of away. This is the magic of surrender. It's not about giving up. It's about giving in to the natural flow of life. Think about a time when you were trying too hard to make something happen. Maybe you wanted to impress someone, land a job, or force a new idea into existence. Your energy was intense, perhaps even anxious, and no matter how much effort you poured into it, things just didn't work out. Now remember another moment when you weren't even trying, and yet something amazing landed right in your lap. A friend introduced you to the perfect opportunity. Someone special appeared in your life unexpectedly, or you stumbled onto the exact answer you were looking for without effort. That is the essence of this truth. What you need finds you when you stop searching. The act of surrender removes the invisible walls that your desperation was building. Suddenly, instead of chasing, you become magnetic. People, experiences, and resources are drawn to you because your energy shifts from tension to openness. This is not mystical fluff. It's a lived reality that countless people have experienced, and you have too if you look closely at your own life. At the core of this principle lies the psychology of human focus. When you're constantly searching, your brain is locked in survival mode. You're always scanning, comparing, worrying, and trying to control outcomes. This state not only drains your energy, but also blocks your creativity and intuition, which are the very tools you need to attract solutions. On the other hand, when you stop searching so hard, your mind relaxes. You become receptive instead of reactive. In this state of openness, your subconscious mind begins to do the heavy lifting for you, connecting dots you couldn't see before, guiding you toward subtle opportunities, and attracting people or situations that align with your desires. It's like when you lose your keys. You tear the house apart looking for them, getting more frustrated by the second. Then you finally give up, sit down, and suddenly realize exactly where they are. Life works the same way. The harder you push, the more resistance you create. But the moment you release the push, clarity and alignment flow in. The truth is, searching comes from fear. Fear of not having enough, fear of being left behind, fear of missing out, or fear of being unworthy. But life responds not to your fears, but to your state of being. When your state of being is frantic, fearful, and desperate, you are communicating to the universe, I don't trust, I don't believe, I don't feel safe. That vibration only multiplies the emptiness you feel inside. But when you stop searching, you are essentially saying, I trust life. I believe things will come to me in the right time. I am already enough. That energy shift is profound. It moves you from lack to abundance, from doubt to faith, from control to surrender. And in that moment, what you need finds you. Whether it's love, inspiration, healing, or guidance, it arrives not because you forced it, but because you allowed it. You stepped aside and let life flow through you, instead of trying to bend it to your will. This principle is beautifully reflected in nature. Imagine a river. If you fight against the current, you get exhausted, struggling endlessly to push upstream. But the moment you relax and float, the river carries you exactly where you need to go. The current knows the path better than you do. In the same way, life has its own current, its own wisdom, its own timing. When you stop searching, you stop fighting the flow. You allow yourself to be carried, And in that surrender, you arrive at places you never could have reached through force. The people who understand this truth often seem lucky to others. But it's not luck, it's alignment. They know that life works best when you trust its flow. When you release control, you gain more control than you ever imagined, because you align with the larger intelligence guiding everything. That's why what you need finds you the moment you stop searching and start trusting. One of the greatest illusions of life is that we must constantly chase after what we want. Society tells us, go get it, hustle harder, don't stop until you succeed. And while persistence has its place, chasing endlessly often leads to burnout and disappointment. Real fulfillment doesn't come from grasping at life. It comes from aligning with it. Imagine trying to catch a butterfly by running wildly through a field. You'll scare it away. But if you sit calmly, still and patient, the butterfly may land gently on your shoulder. Life is that butterfly. The more you chase, the farther it flies. But when you stop searching desperately, when you settle into who you are and where you are, life has room to bring the butterfly to you. This doesn't mean you do nothing. It means you act from a place of peace, not panic. From trust, not fear. That's the secret to why things find you when you stop searching, because you finally give them the space to arrive. Think about relationships. How many people spend years searching for the one? They go from one date to another, swiping endlessly, always looking, always hoping, but rarely finding lasting connection. Why? Because their energy is wrapped in the belief that something is missing, that they are incomplete without someone else. That vibration pushes love away. Yet, the stories we hear of soulmates finding each other often start with, "I wasn't even looking." That's the beauty of it. When you stop searching for love out of desperation, you begin to love yourself more, focus on your own growth, and enjoy your life. That self-sufficient energy is magnetic. Suddenly, the right person shows up, not because you hunted them down, but because you became someone they couldn't resist being drawn to. Love finds you when you stop searching, because real love is not something you force. It's something you attract by being whole within yourself. This truth also applies to success and money. Many people grind endlessly, chasing wealth as though it's running from them. They exhaust themselves with the belief that they must fight for every penny. But the wealthiest and most fulfilled individuals often speak about moments of flow, when opportunities seem to appear effortlessly. That happens when you stop obsessing over the search and instead align with your passions, talents, and values. When you work with joy, when you create because you love it, money begins to follow naturally. Searching from lack creates resistance, but acting from purpose creates abundance. Imagine planting a seed. If you keep digging it up every day to check if it's growing, you kill it. But if you water it, trust the process, and let go, it will grow into a tree in its own time. The same is true of success. It grows when you nurture it, not when you desperately dig it up every day. Spiritual teachers across traditions echo this wisdom. In Buddhism, they call it non-attachment. In Christianity, it's about faith and letting go. In Hinduism, it's surrendering to divine will. No matter the language, the core message is the same: release control, and what you need will find its way to you. Searching frantically is the ego's way of saying, "I know better than life." But stopping the search is the soul's way of saying, "I trust life's wisdom." When you embody that trust, miracles unfold. Synchronicities line up, doors open effortlessly, the right people appear at the right time. You don't chase, you attract. You don't demand, you allow. And that shift is where magic happens. It's not weakness to stop searching, it's strength. It means you are strong enough to believe in something greater than your fears. It means you understand that the universe knows the timing better than you do. Now, let's get practical. How do you stop searching without completely giving up? The answer lies in balance. Stopping the search doesn't mean you sit on the couch and wait for life to drop blessings in your lap. It means you release the desperate energy behind your actions. You still take steps forward, But you do so with ease and faith. You apply for jobs without obsessing over the outcome. You date people without pressuring them to be the one. You create art because it brings you joy, not because you're desperate for recognition. That's the balance action without attachment. The ancient Taoists called this Wu Wei, effortless action. It's about moving with life, not against it. And when you practice this way of living, you'll notice something extraordinary. The things you've always wanted begin to arrive, but not in the stressful way you imagined. They show up quietly, naturally, at the perfect time, because you finally stopped chasing and started trusting. One of the biggest reasons people keep searching endlessly is comparison. We look at others on social media, in our communities, or even among friends and family, and we feel like we're behind. Someone else has the job we want, the relationship we crave, or the lifestyle we dream of, and so we start searching desperately to catch up. But here's the truth: comparison is the thief of alignment. The more you compare, the more you search from a place of not enoughness. And that vibration blocks what is meant for you. When you stop searching and stop comparing, you free yourself to receive what is uniquely yours. Your path is not their path. Your blessings are not their blessings. The timing of your life is designed specifically for you. Think of it like a flower garden. A rose doesn't rush to bloom just because a daisy bloomed earlier. It trusts the sun, the soil, and the season. And when its time comes, it blossoms beautifully, without comparison. The same is true for you. Stop searching, stop comparing, and your season will arrive right on time. Another powerful shift happens. When you stop searching, your energy becomes magnetic instead of repellent. Searching desperately radiates anxiety, stress, and neediness. But when you relax into trust, you emit peace, confidence, and joy. People feel this. They are drawn to it. Have you ever noticed how some people light up a room just by walking in? It's not because they're searching for attention. It's because they're already full within themselves. They're not chasing validation. They're embodying authenticity. That's the secret. When you stop searching for approval, you begin living from your truth, and people can sense it. Opportunities are drawn to authenticity. Relationships deepen in authenticity. Success multiplies in authenticity. Life responds not to your desperate search, but to your steady presence. And in that presence, what you need, whether love, money, ideas, or peace, finds you naturally, almost effortlessly. You become a magnet simply by being aligned, not by chasing. Let's go deeper. Why does this principle work so reliably? Because when you stop searching, you align with the law of detachment. This universal law says that the more attached you are to an outcome, the more resistance you create. Attachment is heavy. It suffocates the flow of life. Detachment, on the other hand, is light, freeing, and powerful. When you detach, you say, I am open to what is best for me. I trust the process. I don't need to control every detail. That openness allows the universe to bring in solutions far beyond what your mind could imagine. Sometimes, what you think you want isn't even what you truly need. And if you cling to it desperately, you block the greater blessing waiting for you. By stopping the search, you detach. You create space for life to surprise you. And that's often when the most beautiful, unexpected blessings show up. Because you're no longer trying to script life, you're allowing it to write its own masterpiece through you. Think about all the times something incredible happened when you weren't expecting it. Maybe you bumped into someone who later became your closest friend. Maybe you stumbled onto an idea that changed everything for you. Maybe an opportunity came from a direction you never even thought to look. Those are not accidents. They are reminders that what you need is always trying to find you. But your desperate searching often gets in the way. When you're constantly looking, you're too busy, too distracted, too anxious to notice what's already around you. But when you pause, when you stop searching, you suddenly become aware. It's like standing still in a forest. At first, it's quiet. But then, as you stop moving and listen, you begin to hear the birds, the rustle of leaves, the flow of water. The forest was always alive. You just couldn't hear it until you stopped. Life is the same. What you need is already around you, waiting for you to slow down enough to notice it. This is also why mindfulness and meditation are so powerful. These practices teach you to stop the constant search for what's next and bring your awareness to the present moment. When you meditate, you aren't trying to chase peace. You're simply allowing peace to rise naturally within you. When you practice mindfulness, you aren't searching for joy. You're noticing the joy already hidden in ordinary moments. That shift from searching to noticing changes everything. It rewires your brain, calms your nervous system, and tunes your energy to receptivity instead of desperation. And in that receptive state, life begins to deliver. Opportunities feel like coincidences, but they're not. They're the result of your openness. The things you've been chasing for years may finally show up once you learn how to stop searching and simply be. That's why so many people say meditation transformed their lives. It's not because meditation gave them something new, but because it helped them stop searching long enough to receive what was already trying to find them. Stopping the search is not about laziness. It's about alignment. Some people confuse surrender with giving up, but they are not the same. Giving up means you stop caring, stop trying, and stop believing. Surrender means you still care, you still try, but you do so with trust instead of fear. Think of a farmer. They plant seeds, water them, and care for the soil. But after that, they don't dig up the seed every day to check if it's growing. They trust the process of nature. That is surrender. When you stop searching desperately, you become like the farmer. You plant your intentions, you nurture them with your actions, and then you trust life to handle the timing and growth. This shift doesn't just bring peace of mind. It multiplies your results. Because instead of wasting energy on frantic searching, you channel it into inspired action. And that inspired action, combined with trust, opens the door for miracles. The people who seem the most fulfilled in life usually embody this principle. They are not the ones constantly searching and stressing. They are the ones who live with flow, ease, and trust. Look at artists who create timeless work. Many of them didn't create with the intention of chasing fame or fortune. They created because they loved the process, and in that love, the world discovered their art. Look at leaders who inspired change. They often weren't searching for power. They were following a calling, and power found them. Even in your own life, think about the things you're most proud of. Chances are, they didn't come from desperate searching. They came from moments when you were aligned, present, and open. That's the lesson. When you stop searching, you make space for life to deliver bigger, better, and more meaningful blessings than your searching mind could have ever planned. Another reason what you need finds you when you stop searching is because of timing. Sometimes the things we want are simply not ready yet. You may be searching for a relationship, but perhaps your future partner is still growing into who they need to be before meeting you. You may be searching for success, but perhaps the opportunity that will truly fulfill you hasn't matured yet. Searching desperately before the right time only brings frustration. But when you trust and stop searching, you align with divine timing. It's like trying to pick fruit before it's ripe. You can tug and pull, but it won't taste sweet until nature says it's ready. In the same way, life knows when your blessings are ripe. And when that time comes, they will fall into your hands effortlessly. Stopping the search doesn't delay your blessing. It prepares you to receive it at the perfect moment. It's also important to understand that stopping the search doesn't mean lowering your standards. In fact, it often raises them. When you're searching desperately, you're more likely to settle for less love, less respect, less fulfillment, because you're afraid you won't find what you truly want. But when you stop searching and start trusting, you naturally hold higher standards. You no longer take whatever comes just to fill the void. Instead, you trust that what's meant for you will arrive, and so you wait with patience and dignity. This changes everything. It protects you from settling in relationships jobs, or dreams that don't match your true worth. It ensures that when your blessing does arrive, it's not just good enough. It's aligned, it's right, and it lasts. Stopping the search allows you to live from abundance, not scarcity, and abundance always attracts more abundance. So when you stop searching, what you need finds you. Not because life suddenly changes, but because you change. You shift from lack to abundance, from fear to trust, from control to surrender. You stop chasing butterflies and let them land on your shoulder. You stop digging up seeds and let them grow in their own time. You stop demanding answers and allow life to reveal them naturally. This is not just philosophy. It's a way of living that brings peace, joy, and fulfillment. The job you want, the love you seek, the healing you need, the inspiration you crave, they are all already on their way. But they cannot find you when you're busy chasing shadows. They can only find you when you become still, open, and trusting. Remember, this life is always moving toward you. Your job is not to search harder, it's to trust deeper. And when you do, what you need will find you in ways more beautiful than you could ever imagine.